Good morning. From Eric Butterworth's book, In the Flow of Life, I selected Chapter 3 on the reality of affluence. I'm going to talk about Butterworth's advice to be open to the free flow of divine substance that comes through us, not just to us. There is enough divine substance for every one of us. It is without limit. A true prosperity consciousness is consistently open to the flow, attracts opportunities both to give and receive, wisely directs the use of substance, and remains free of its burden. Those who focus on lack obstruct the creative process. They tend to self-limit and operate from fear. Butterworth comments that we should work not to make a living, but to make a life. If we find ourselves commiserating with co-workers and focusing solely on our paycheck, we may be out of the flow. Butterworth praises those who channel creative ideas and make them their life's work. They are in the free flow, and money is not their object. Their approach is much more one of give rather than get. I came across this story recently, and I feel it clearly illustrates the truth in Butterworth's observations. The story is a little old, and it kind of looks like that. It's really before cell phones, etc. But the point is still valid. It's about a cab driver who picks up a passenger at the airport. The passenger is immediately startled because the cab is immaculate on the outside, and the driver is in pressed shirt and pants and wears a tie. The driver immediately thrusts a little card with his mission statement on it to the passenger and says, "Read this while I pack your bags in the trunk." This is what it said. "Hi, my name is Wally. I'm your driver. My mission statement is to get customers to their destination in the quickest, safest, and cheapest way possible in a friendly environment." So he goes in the cab, it's spotless. And Wally sits down and immediately says whether he'd like tea wasn't offered, coffee, whether he'd like coffee, regular or decaf. He said, "No, I'd prefer something cool." And so he says, "In the cooler I've got," he lists about 6 different drinks and hands in the Diet Coke he wants. Then Wally offers him a choice of the newspapers to read. He shows him a list of the radio stations he can get. And he also asks whether the passenger would like him to be silent or to comment on some of the sights as they drove along. A couple of minutes later, Wally says to the passenger says to Wally, the driver, "I'm amazed at this level of service. It's like having a private limo. What's going on?" And Wally shared that he had spent 5 years complaining with the other drivers about the job. Then one morning, he turned on the radio and he heard Wayne Dyer speaking. Wayne was talking about people being ducks and quacking and complaining about their jobs, rather than soaring like eagles over the crowd. Wally decided to change his attitude and soar. Bit by bit, he improved his service. And as he did so, he found customers were keeping his card and calling him for rides. So he'd been doing this for 2 years. In the first year, he doubled his income, and in the second year, he was on track to quadruple his income. He actually had so many customers that he had to pass the extra people on to a reliable friend of his. He didn't have to wait at cab stands, and it was just by luck he happened to be at the airport and pick up the passenger that day. So Wally heard the message about soaring and moved forward to make it happen. He knew there was something better than dirty cabs and unfriendly drivers, and he held on to the concept probably as the other drivers laughed at his efforts. And now back to Butterworth. When you get into the consciousness of flow of the creative process within you, there will be a constant inner direction in your life, leading to a deep sense of meaning. Butterworth reminds us the presence of God is the activity of God that is present in you and as you. We are God. And we need to use our spiritual practices, praying, meditation, being in nature, whatever gives you silence and space, so you can hear the small voice or our intuition that is telling us the next idea, thought, activity, or behavior that is ours to manifest. Ideas come from anywhere. We just need to be open. Here is a closing affirmation. If you feel like it, just close your eyes so you can hear these words. Opportunity is wherever I am. I am in the flow, and every day I expect new things to happen that will open the way to success. I put my whole self into everything that I do and pour myself out as a blessing wherever I go. And remember, soar like an eagle. Thank you.